world is beyond cruelty. You've been fighting the Harkonnens for decades. My family's been fighting them for centuries. They were massacred alongside my father.
Your father didn't believe in revenge.
We believe in Fremen.
Let me fight beside you.
And welcome back to Spitball Cinema. I'm Shane.
I'm Scott.
I'm David.
And we're going to head right in with Dune Part 2.
Dune Part 2.
Dune Part 2. What year did this one come out?
Give me a minute.
Show prep isn't up to speed.
No, I'm not.
No, that's all right. But it's part
2024.
2024. Okay, and the other one came out 2021. We were kind of talking about that too because
we didn't know if we were going to get part 2.
Didn't know if we were going to get part 2, and then it finally came out.
Yeah.
And whoa, what a spectacle! You know, it's
one of the best really action movies I've ever seen. I mean, it's that good.
Yeah. Action is amazing. The acting is top notch. The storylines start to converge. The cinematography and special effects are still like the best.
Yeah.
Those, you know, and I talk about the cinematography a lot, but the special effects in these movies are going to hold up for years.
Years, yeah. Definitely.
Years and years.
Yeah.
There's a lot of bad CGI these days. And throwaway CGI where things are just kind of like, ooh, there's a big red explosion, or they have so much going on at one time, it blurs together. You know, like the Transformer movies.
Yeah.
You know, where it's like there's so much going on that it doesn't have to look good. It just has to look busy.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the special effects just so good on this one. But yeah, this movie picks up right where it left off, right after Paul Atreides kills Jamis.
Yeah.
In a duel.
Yeah,
which does not befriend him to everyone.
No, they did not like him.
Not happy about that.
No, they weren't.
But at the same time, they respect him because he's a good fighter, and that is how they operate.
Yeah.
Well, and Stilgar, he says that's how you know that he's the one, because he was able to beat him in that fight, right? And didn't he say that?
Yeah, there were already rumors going around.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that Paul was the whatever Galib, or you know, and so they're like, okay, well, he could be, you know,
right.
This is definitely a good sign, you know. So he's always out there. He's always looking for the signs. He's looking for, you know, the validation of his belief system.
Right.
You know, he's looking for that validation.
I think this one starts to go into more of the relationship between Paul and Chani. Don't you? I mean, they really come together in this one.
Yeah, and it's kind of interesting too because Chani is the one that gives him her Chris knife.
Right.
That was done by her great aunt. You know, and she's like, hey, you know, if you're gonna die, you know, this is a big honor to die with this particular knife. So,
right.
You know, if you die, at least, you know, people will say, well, at least he had a good sword.
Yeah.
You know,
right.
It's got how it works. And that Chris knife, those Chris knives are made from the teeth of the sandworms. And these are the teeth that are like chewing through metal.
Right.
So you know that these things are
super sharp,
pointy and sharp.
Yeah.
That's probably also a big sign of like her actually giving it to him. You know, he doesn't.
Can I get one of those?
Chris knife?
Yeah, I want to get one.
Yeah, it's probably not a real one though.
Oh. Okay.
I mean, number one, it's hard to get a worm that big.
Yeah.
Especially one with teeth. But it's so it's really kind of cool, and he's like always looking at her like, I know you, you know, and she's just annoyed.
Yeah, that's not why he's looking at her. I'll tell you that right now.
Well, no, that's what I mean. He's looking at her like I already love you.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah,
she's looking at him like, you just killed Jameson, you suck.
Yeah, why you keep looking at me?
Yeah, stop looking at me.
Yeah, because really, yeah, he's like, he knows her because he's been dreaming about her for
Yeah.
a while now.
It's the girl of his dreams, like
Yeah,
literally. So,
yeah,
but it's really interesting because it's him and his mom. They're not really part of any group yet. They're still kind of out there on the fringe. Nobody really trusts them, especially her.
right.
Which is why he actually has to fight that duel, is because they're just like, okay, he's young, he can learn. She's an older woman, she's a liability. We need to
Hmm.
get rid of her,
Right.
and so it's like basically, well, who's your champion then? Because you gotta have someone that's gonna stick up for you, and that's when Paul jumps in and does that.
Hmm.
Uh, just to save his mom.
Right.
And he never killed anybody at that point either. So it's
Right.
like his first time fighting. It's this guy that's supposed to be his friend, which I really like how they set that whole tension up at the end of the movie, where this is the guy that he's sitting there going, "This is the guy I'm supposed to learn from,
And I got to kill him.
and I gotta kill
Yeah.
him." So
Remember, he doesn't want to at first either.
well, he doesn't. He like stops.
Yeah, and he's
Like 3 or 4 times, he's got him.
he's like, give up, and they're like, this isn't one you can give up. This is a fight to the death.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah, and because they're like, "Is he toying with him? What's he doing?"
Yeah.
That's rude.
Yeah.
And then the
he's just
mother
like,
says he's never killed anybody before.
"Yeah."
He's never killed anyone before.
Yeah, and so he's had, he was forced to do it. And
Mhm.
so, and of course they take, Jameson's body, back.
Haul his ass all the way back there,
Yeah, yep.
even through a battle. Remember?
Yeah.
Through the battle, don't they battle the Harkonnens?
Yeah, the
again?
Harkonnens go looking for him.
Yeah,
And they have to leave the body on the slope, and everyone runs and hides.
yeah,
Which was really cool because those Harkonnens go floating up in those suits.
dude, that
to
was
the top of those rocks.
that was a wild scene, man. Because
It
when
was
they did that,
trippy.
because they didn't
Yeah.
do anything like that in the first one. Like,
Well, you
Did
had the
they?
Shattecar kind of float down behind the Atreides when they
Right.
were defending the
but the
city.
way they went up this rocks was just so smooth. It
was like a little anti-gravity
Yeah.
like bubble around them, and they were able to kind of go up to the top,
Yeah.
and then they turn it off, and they're like, "Okay, we're back," But it
yeah.
was really wild and trippy.
They had a Star Trek suit on.
Yeah, kind of.
That's true.
But yeah, so they just start dropping like flies.
Yeah.
Hitting the ground hard.
Yeah,
It's a long
wasn't that
fall.
wild when they started getting hit and they were
Yeah.
falling?
And then
That was cool.
yeah. So
I
then
mean, sad but cool.
then they wind up piling all the bodies together and doing one of those thumpers,
Yeah.
and they make their way
Hauling out the trash.
back to the city.
Yeah.
And of course, when they get there, everyone's glaring at them. Everybody's like, "You killed Janus, the outsiders, off-worlders."
And then they start
you know.
chanting that name again too. Can't think of the damn name. Like,
Usagi or
Yeah.
something like
Yeah.
that.
I was like, wow. He said that. I think I remember that all through the movie. They kept chanting this.
But the thing is, it's like he's got some support because he's got the religious people.
Yeah.
The more practical people are just like, "What the? No, he's just a dude.
Yeah.
Stop building him up." And that's
Right.
where Zendaya's character Chani is. She's on that whole. Well, he's just a guy.
Yeah. But
You know.
he's not going to save you. There's,
Yeah.
nobody's going to save you. That hasn't happened.
Yeah, and even he's like,
I'm not the one.
"I ain't nobody
Yeah.
special. I'm just
Yeah.
a guy, and I want to become part of you all because what else am I gonna do?
Yeah.
I got nowhere else to go."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is interesting. And so, but yeah, then they go into the whole. It turns out that of course, his mom's Bene Jesuit, and they realize that.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, "Oh, well, we've got a Reverend Mother who's about to die, and we need someone with these particular set of skills to
Yeah.
take over," and that's basically it. It's like, because they're like, "Well, you have to drink, you have to drink the poison and die, and then blah blah blah," and she's like,
What?
she's like,
Yeah.
"Do I, do I have a choice of this?" He goes, "Well, you either do it, and you die, and you don't do it. What use are you?" He's just like, "Well, what else are we gonna do with you if you don't?"
Yeah, what was that blue water crap that they pull out of
it's
the
that
worm,
blue-
right?
Yeah, later on you find out that
Yeah.
it's extracted from
Right.
the worms. And really what it boils down to is that the worms are the source of the spice. It's basically
Mm-hmm.
the worms excrete the spice. So
Right.
without the worms, you don't get the spice. But basically, it's like the blood of the worm is that blue. So the more spice you ingest, that's why people's eyes turn blue.
Mm-hmm.
And in the books, like the pilots and stuff, they're all deformed, mutated,
Oh, because of
because they
kind of
tried it.
almost like creatures because they've had so much of it,
Oh,
like
okay.
too much exposure. So there's some trippy things in the book that
well, doesn't she
they never
even
covered.
allude that to Paul that he's got too much spice, or he
Well, he winds up eating it in some of the food, and he starts to kind of
yeah.
get more visions, you know.
Yeah, she said that's the spice because you've been exposed to it more or something like
Yeah.
that.
But yeah, so they get that blue poison, and it just about kills her. But of course, at the very beginning of the film, you find out that she's pregnant
Right.
Oh,
because
yeah.
Paul's starting to kind of mentally connect
To the
with the
sister,
fetus,
right?
basically his
Yeah.
sister. And at that point in time, very much fetus type, small. And the mom's kind of like, yeah, no, no, no. But she drinks that poison.
And then the old lady's about ready to kick off, and then
Yeah,
she says, "Oh, she's pregnant.
what have we
What have
done?
we done? She's pregnant."
Yeah, because you're
That's
not supposed to do that.
no, and
Well, I mean, did she know she was pregnant?
She knew she was pregnant.
Okay, gotcha.
No,
I
no, the
don't.
old lady didn't.
No, 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 I meant her
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
herself.
yeah.
Okay.
She herself knew that she was pregnant.
Okay.
Knew that she had a daughter because she could just sense it. Um, Paul knew because, of course, he's becoming more and more awakened the more that he's on Arrakis. His mental faculties are increasing exponentially. But when she drinks that, and it goes into her system, and it gets basically goes into the fetus
baby,
too,
yeah.
and you see the fetus little eyes
Right,
open,
yeah,
it's
Yeah.
like super blue, and you're
like
just like, holy
whoa,
crap.
that'll wake you up in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so when his mom like survives, so she survives.
Yeah.
This was like life or death. It's like you're either gonna
Remember,
die or you're gonna
it
take
turns
over.
her eyes like instant blue because
Yeah.
they were brown, weren't they?
Yeah.
And then
Mhm.
it turns like instant blue.
Yeah, and when she was talking to Paul, Paul's like, okay, well, you got to do this, right? So, what is it? And he's like, are you scared? She's like, yeah, I'm scared. 'Cause
Yeah.
he's just like, why? And she's like, well, basically, the Reverend Mothers have the memories of everyone who's come before. So she goes,
Yeah.
I have several centuries of pain and suffering that I get to internalize.
Yeah.
And so later on, she's like half insane. When
Yeah.
she's like
Yeah.
talking to Paul and she's like, you're gonna drink the poison too.
Yeah.
You're gonna and her face.
Yeah.
I mean, what? She got
She-
so intense.
I wonder where she
crazy.
what she turned on in her head to act that well.
Yeah, but I mean that was a hell of a scene.
Oh yeah.
Because Paul was a bit nonchalant about it in a weird way. He kind of was. And
I think he didn't think anything was going to. Oh, okay, I'll drink it.
yeah. He's just like, I don't understand what the big deal.
What's
And
the
she's
big-
just like,
Yeah.
But it was a great bit of acting. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
Did she say it was gonna? It's going to open.
She does so good.
She said it's going to open up your.
Yeah, it's gonna open your mind.
Yeah.
You're
Going to open your mind,
That's
Paul.
like just take a hit of this, Paul.
Just take it. Take it.
So yeah, it's pretty crazy. But Rebecca Ferguson, yeah,
Yeah,
so,
Rebecca Ferguson.
yeah, she does a great
Oh,
job
she was
acting
really good.
throughout
Yeah.
this whole thing.
Yeah,
because-
she's very good. Yeah.
And the thing is that now that she's the Reverend Mother, now she's got status.
Mm-hmm.
And now that she can see things more clearly, she understands the political climate because she's got all these memories. She just goes to work
Yeah.
behind the scenes, making sure that Paul becomes the one.
Right.
Even though he's like, he's still kind of about it, and she's just like, oh, it's going to happen.
Yeah.
And she just bends her will to it.
You gotta be grounded,
wild.
mister.
Oh yeah. It's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, but yeah, and then the whole time, Shani's kind of like, oh, good God, I gotta help this guy or he's gonna die out here in the desert.
Yeah.
So between Stilgar, who's very religious and very, and then Chani, who's just like, whatever, just here, walk like this. That's one of my favorite scenes is when he's trying to do the sand walk where
And
you
she's
break up
criticizing him.
well, you break up your patterns so
Yeah.
that you don't attract the worms when you're walking. And she's just like, all right, well, you're doing it wrong.
Right.
And you're not even in worm territory, so there's no worms around anyway.
Yeah.
And so she's like, besides, you need to do it like this. And he's just like, yeah, but in the videos that I watched, it says
Yeah,
that
she
you
just looks
do.
at him like,
She gives
like
him that
really?
look.
I'm the real deal here. It's not a video.
And
Yeah,
he's just like, oops,
yeah,
okay. He's like,
Sorry, mom.
yeah. She's
yeah,
yeah.
forgot where I
I
was.
I lived this. I lived this.
Yeah,
Yeah, that glare she just gave him.
yeah. Really good,
Yeah,
And then later on, when she's showing him, like the wind catchers, where moisture evaporators on Tatooine,
Yeah.
it's the same kind of thing where it draws the humidity from the air and it,
yeah.
kind of pulls that in. And he's like just looking at her, like Scott looks at her photo.
What?
Yeah. And so he's just like giving her that look, and she just kind of looks at him, and she's like, "Stop looking at me like that," but she's flattered, but she's like, "Stop looking at me like that," and goes back to work. Compare that scene to freaking Anakin Skywalker and Padme in the in the
Yeah.
Clone Wars and stuff. It's like,
Horrible.
Or even the original Star Wars, like when, or Empire Strikes Back, when um, Leia tells Han not to look at her that way.
oh yeah, yeah. Well, that's good acting. I was talking about bad acting
Oh, my
compared to
bad.
good
Yeah.
acting.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, but it's a great scene, and what's nice about the movie is it lets their relationship develop
Yeah.
in a very natural kind of way. Because whenever he does something that she doesn't like, she's like, "You outsider, you blah 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 blah."
Mm-hmm.
But it's just an interesting. I love how they had the two characters, you know, build that relationship throughout
Yeah.
the movie. All right, so what happens next then?
Well, so Paul goes and gets some of the mushroom juice.
Mm-hmm.
Not yet though. Not
Oh,
yet
wait.
though. Now it is the time of learning how to fight. So this is when they
Oh,
start doing all the ambushes.
my bad.
Oh yeah,
And
yeah.
those are some
They start hitting them hard.
yeah,
Yeah.
those are some amazingly good scenes, action scenes where they're hitting the mining vessels,
Oh,
Oh
God.
yeah.
blowing things.
Yeah.
Um, and the whole time Dave Batista's character is just
Screaming.
losing his shit and
Yep.
screaming
Yeah. You
and
can see kind of Paul
throwing
kind of
tantrums.
he's getting more confidence as he goes along. He's like becoming
It feels more comfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah, because he had already learned the language. He took it upon himself to learn the language before he got there,
Right.
and so he's really kind of embraced it, but he's done it in a way where he's like stepping back and learning,
Mm.
and then doing it as good or better than everybody else, but those ambushes, those early fights are him learning how to fight like a Fremen and how to do those different things.
Very
Mhm.
cool. Yeah. Yeah. Um, so let me go. When so Javier is the ruler or of the Freeman, or the head dude of the Freeman, or
Just that particular
just that
clan,
clan.
that
Yeah.
city, yeah,
Okay,
because
I got
the Harkonnens think that there's about 50,000 Fremen on the planet altogether,
you.
and it turns out that there's like millions of them. So there's millions of Fremen, not 50,000.
He kind of takes Paul under his wing a little bit and starts teaching him
Yeah.
things, doesn't he? I
Oh,
mean,
yeah.
he's teaching
Yeah,
him this and that, and then he teaches him the big thing later on.
yeah. Well,
Well,
the big thing is the worm.
the worm, yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
was saying.
That part was really cool.
Yeah, when he's
When-
like telling him,
Yeah. Well, it's
When
I
he-
guess it's right before then is when they decide to make him. Um,
See if
it's
he
like
could
kind of like an honorary Fremen. It's when they kind of
oh, they give him his name,
give him
They
his
cha-
name.
yeah.
Usul.
Usul,
Yeah.
Usul would be his name, and then they tell him to
Usul,
pick a.
Mahdi, Mahdi,
Well,
Usul.
Usul, which was like foundation or column, is like the foundation of a column, is what they said. So it's like Usul, and then they're like, okay, well, pick your war name. And he's like, well, what's that little mouse? 'Cause
Yeah.
in the beginning of in the first film, with him and his mother hiding,
He
come
sees
out
that
of the tent and he sees the little mouse.
little mouse,
And
yeah.
the mouse basically, its ears, he like sweats through his ears, and then the water comes down, and he drinks his own water, so he like produces his own water.
Mm-hmm.
And so he picks that, and a lot of people are kind of giggling and laughing.
Yeah.
And then Stilgar is just like, oh no, 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 no. He's like, this is a good name.
Yeah.
And he's just like, Muad'Dib, that's this constellation that points the way, to the North
Hmm.
Star.
Right.
He's like creates his own water.
Right.
It's a wise animal. And so instantly it just clicks with him and his religious background. And
Yeah.
he's just like, this is even another sign
That it's meant to be. That this
that
is the
it's meant to be,
guy.
because this is a humble person, but he's
Hmm.
here to point the way.
Right.
And so he becomes more and more convinced, that this is the right guy.
Hmm.
You know, and Zendaya still just looks at him like,
Yeah.
you're lucky he ain't dead.
Yeah.
But then he goes to the big worm, yeah, which is the cool part.
Yeah.
Dude, that was very cool. When
Then they're
because
saying,
remember, Stilgar's like he's gonna, they're like, don't embarrass us, all that stuff. The girls like, don't embarrass us and stuff.
Don't get a little worm
And then
now.
then when he gets like one of the biggest they've ever had, he's like, oh no, that's too big. Remember,
Yeah.
Stilgar's like, oh no,
Yeah, he's in shock.
yeah, he's like, oh
Well,
no,
they're all in shock. They're
yeah,
all like, oh.
yeah, and then he jumps on him, son of a bitch.
And I call it a grandfather worm.
Yeah, the
they're
grandfather
just so
worm.
big.
And he rode that sucker. That was an intense scene. How they filmed those, I thought those were really well done.
Yeah. Well, it's because you had the sand slapping you in the face.
Yeah.
It's like, well, no, these things are so massive. It's like riding an avalanche.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And but it shows that whole process of how you do it and how you steer, kind of. But
Yeah.
at the same time, there's this inference that it's that he's got a connection, with the worm, because it's such a big one. And who else would call it such a big one if it wasn't the
That.
Musan Al Ghalib,
Yeah.
Musul Muabdi,
Yeah.
and so um, yeah, it just feeds into that legend.
Yeah. And then when he is able to do it, they're that Stilgar's like, oh, this is it. This guy,
Yeah.
this is the guy.
Well, they even come running. Remember that one guy comes running into his mom
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
is like,
you know what
You
your
ain't gonna
son
believe.
did?
yeah, basically, yeah. But what does she say?
Show off.
Now, she's like, go spread the word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spread the word
Spread
to the
good word.
not to the non-believers or whatever.
Everybody.
Yeah.
Telling all the
Yeah. So she's working behind the scenes still,
Yeah.
But that's the part about the movie that I love, is is it really just a make believe religion to manipulate people, or is the fact that it's all coming true
This is
mean that it's true?
It's true. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's an interesting concept.
Very much so.
She's kind of like his campaign manager,
Oh, very much so.
Yeah.
But at the same time, she believes it, and that's the other thing. Like his sister, because she's still pregnant. The sister, after getting the blue, getting hit with the blue juice from the from the bottle there, she's like communicating,
Yeah.
like talking in full sentences, able to, telepathically talk to Paul, talk to the mom, talk to the, she's also like, okay, well, we believe in you, Paul. You're my brother and I love you, and you go on. You need to do this, And so it's like his mom is like wholeheartedly like, yep, you are this person. And even his sister, not even born yet, is like his big champion.
Man, that's
But
wild.
yeah, but the whole thing is he can't go south, right? That's the big hang up, right? Remember that?
Right. He can't go south. He
Because
doesn't want
what
to.
happens when he goes south?
I can't remember.
Billions of people die.
That's right.
Yeah.
Because he would be the cause of it. He said
Yeah,
he can't do that.
His vision was the fact that if he goes south, he will become this chosen person,
Right.
and it'll spark a holy war that will kill billions of
Billions
people.
of people, and it'll be his fault.
And he's just like, I don't want to be that guy.
Yeah.
I
Can't do it.
So, of course, we've got in the background on the land of the Harkonnens, they've got all these things getting blown up. Look, time for a little power change on Arrakis. So they bring in Bill Skarsgård.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was like the Sting character from
Yep,
the original
Sting character
one.
from the original one. Yeah,
He was creepy as F in that movie.
Sting or Bill Skarsgård.
Well, not Sting, but
But yeah, because he plays the not the Baron, is he? Or not the no, he's Baron, right? No. What's his name in that?
You're talking.
Bill Skarsgård, the younger
the Elvis
Skarsgård.
dude.
No, that's Austin Butler. It's not Bill Skarsgård.
Oh, who played the bad guy? I thought that was Bill
That's
Skarsgård.
Austin Butler.
Yeah.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Oh shit! I thought
No.
it was Bill Skarsgård. He just reminded me of that whole It face.
Well, that's what I told.
Yeah, we were talking about.
I was talking about it. I thought it was too until Dave,
I thought it was.
till
Yes.
Dave pointed it out, and no, it's Austin Butler,
I'll
dude.
be damned.
Doesn't even look
Seriously, I thought it was because the facial structure, everything else. I thought it was him.
like. Yeah.
The
Well, now I feel
girl,
kind of stupid.
the girl that plays,
I thought it was Lex Luthor at first when I saw him.
the girl that plays the sister, she was in the James Bond movies. Spectre.
Leia,
and-
is it Leia Sadu?
Yeah, she
She
was.
plays Lady Margaret.
Yeah, she was in the
His
last two.
sister. Actually, he
Well,
didn't
did
have a
you
sister.
saw the last Bond movie, right?
No,
No Time to Die.
I didn't
Oh,
watch it.
she gets anyway. She's really good in it. Remember, she was like following him. And, oh, gotcha.
Yeah, didn't see it. But anyway, yeah. So anyway, he's a creepy, vicious.
Man, if he's not.
Oof.
Man, when he came on there, I'm like, who the is this dude? I mean, well, that one gal said he's psychotic. That,
Oh, yeah.
That one, what is
The Reverend Mother,
Yeah.
the head of the Bene Jesuit, was just like,
Yeah, but the young gal, didn't she say?
there's a young gal,
Yeah,
that
'cause she-
basically is supposed
she
to get
said-
paired up with him.
Yeah,
and
she's like no.
loves him.
She's like, he's psychotic.
Yeah.
Then isn't
Yeah.
she the one that says? But then she goes and interacts with him, right?
Oh yeah. But
Yeah.
she's like, she loves him.
That's
I mean,
his
you can
sister.
tell that she's
I
just like,
thought that was his sister. I guess not.
yeah,
Oh,
because she's just like, yeah,
Like-
that's basically who she's getting sent to hook up with.
She likes the bad boy.
Yeah, yeah. And she's like, look how impressive he is.
Yeah.
You know? But
And he
on
can
the,
sing like Elvis.
yeah,
Yeah.
they had the black sun on the Harkonnen homeworld, so you had that weird contrasting light.
Yeah.
It's like the light was wrong.
Yeah.
Everything looked bizarre, and the fireworks were like ink drops, like blots in the sky. Those were just, the special effects were so cool in that arena. Big,
Yeah.
huge arena.
Faid Rotha.
Yeah, Fade Rotha.
Faid Rotha. Yeah. Yeah. Austin, I didn't even know it was him, dude. It didn't even look like it. Didn't look nothing like him.
It really did not.
You know, and when Dave pointed, I said, "What?" I was because I kept thinking, who's this guy that's playing this
yeah. Because
character?
I came in when they were about to fight each other, and I'm like, oh, that's Austin Butler.
I went-
this dude, and this guy's like, what?
I said,
Yeah.
"What?" And he was freaking good,
Yeah,
man.
he was really.
I mean,
good.
his character was so freaking spooky. I mean, the way he interacted with people,
how he looked at him.
yeah,
too.
he made you nervous. He made you nervous. He
Oh,
was
yeah.
a good bad guy. I mean,
Well,
good.
And that was the thing, is that he's sent to take over for his cousin,
Hmm.
you know, who's failing, thrashing around, blaming other people,
screaming.
screaming, screaming.
Yeah.
So he's coming in, and he's every bit as ruthless. Like, just to test his knives, he kills the two women standing next
Yeah,
to him.
yeah,
Just to test the knives out.
yeah. He just.
But
I was like,
yeah, but the difference is he's calculating, calm,
yeah,
psychotic, not raging psychotic.
like a Batista.
Yeah. And so he basically, Batista's character is just like, what the hell? And he's just,
Yeah.
because he comes in and takes over, and he's like, kiss my boots.
Yeah,
And Batista being the cowardly character, he does.
Stone Skarsgård said, "Don't embarrass our
Yeah.
family again.
Yeah.
This is the last time. Don't embarrass us again. You know.
Yeah. But yeah, he sets him Phil Rotha. Yeah, he sets himself up as a smart, brutal killer
And you
who's
can,
going to come in and
well, and you
get
can
rid of
see
these
that
people.
him and Paul are coming towards each other. This is heading
Yeah.
to these two having a conflict.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you could see it. It's coming.
Yeah.
It's just going to happen.
And it's his arrival that forces Paul south because they basically
Mhm.
destroy their
Yeah.
city.
Right.
And now there is nowhere to go.
'Cause
And
remember-
then Paul's like, "Hey, look, I'll cover your retreat. You all go. I'll just hang out here."
Remember when they were
Yeah.
destroying that city where that water was and stuff? You know, the
Yeah,
water
the
that
water that
they would
absorb
never
from everybody that-
they would never drink from,
Yeah,
even though
sacred
you know,
water from.
and they just jacked that place up. The
Oh
Harkonnens.
yeah, they're like skipping rocks
Yeah.
across the top of it,
Yeah.
urinating in it, whatever
Bathing.
the hell. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like it's so bad.
Yeah.
But they do. They just blow the hell out of that mountain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when they're done, they're like, they're not really done. They're just going to reload and come back.
Yeah.
And oh yeah, by that time he's hooked up with Gurney, his father's general. The what's his name?
Oh, Josh Brolin.
Josh
Brolin's
Brolin.
character. Yeah,
I always thought he was dead. I thought he got killed in the
yeah,
first one.
yeah. You find out that he was just hiding.
Yeah, I thought he got annihilated with the what are
Yeah.
those people called? The
The Atreides.
Atreides.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Atreides.
I thought I thought he was dead.
Yeah, he actually had survived, and then he was working as a freelance, spice miner,
Hmm.
and then he was helping other Atreides like escape the planet,
Right.
but he was just working, and so.
And remember when they go and they start to have that big fight between them, and Paul says
Oh, he jumps up.
he jumps up and he says, "I heard your footsteps, old man," because he always called him old man.
Yeah.
Which was and he knew, and Josh Brolin just looked at him like, "Who are you?" And then he was like, "Oh my god!" And then he realized who it was, a kid. That
Gurney.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he helps him up, and he's just like, "Oh my god,"
Yeah. Why aren't you attacking? Why aren't you doing? Remember,
Well,
he starts.
no, at first he just gets up. He's like the young pup. He's
Yeah,
just
the
like,
young pup. They're hugging and shit.
He's just he is, as somebody, he's like that loyal knight.
Yeah, that's
he's
a
like
good. That's
that
a good.
loyal knight that is there for the house, and
Right.
and now his lord is dead. He thinks that he's failed. He's just trying to help where he can, and he's just.
That's a good analogy, especially. I mean, even Jason Momoa and him were like knights.
Yeah.
I mean, very loyal knights to him.
Mhm.
Yeah, you're right.
And so so then he comes on as kind of that advisor, but it's like you can tell he's advising from the wrong perspective. And You
Right.
can see it immediately. It's
Yeah.
like some of the things that he's saying.
He doesn't see the big,
Yeah.
the kind of the big picture. He just wants to go kick some ass.
And Chani don't like him.
No, not at all.
Chani keep giving him dirty looks.
Yeah.
Bad influence.
Yeah. He thinks he's a bad influence. Yeah.
It'd be cool if they did one of those powerful hand things like in like Schwarzenegger and Carl Weathers and
Oh, and
Predator,
yeah.
and he's like, "You ready to go on a Goonie adventure?" And it's and
Yeah.
the audience is like, "Yeah."
Bitch.
What
So
is he made?
they have to. They got to go south. They got to go south.
Yeah.
He's got no choice.
And he's like,
Well,
About
'cause
that,
he knows.
yeah.
And he gets there, and the first thing his mom does is poison him.
Yeah. And then Chani about loses her shit because she thinks he's dead.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing, because men aren't allowed to drink it because men die.
Right.
Any male who's ever drank the poison dies. It's
Right.
it's not a he might live. It's a no, you're dead. And his mom
Then she-
uses the voice just to make the woman do it.
Doesn't Chani like stick her finger in the water, in the blue water, and put it on his lips? Or who somebody does it and it wakes him back up.
Yeah, well, remember her name, like her actual name was like desert tears or
Right,
something
right.
tears,
Oh
right?
yeah.
And so when he drinks the
Or was
the
it her?
worm juice, and he's laying there pretty much dead because and
Was
that's
it?
part of the thing is that he's supposed to be reborn in this prophecy,
Was it
and
a
so
tear that she gets and then dips
yeah,
it
yeah, she takes the tear.
the
Yep,
tear
exactly.
and dips it in the blue water, right?
Yep,
And then puts it over his lips, and it.
Wakes him back up.
yeah.
He's like, "Hey, mama, I know that."
But she wanted nothing to do with it. She was just
Yeah.
like, nope, I'm not buying into this religious crap.
And then when that mother wakes up, that's when they all freak out, like Stilgar's like, he's the one, he's the one.
Yeah. Well, and once again, his mom was basically like, "Do it,"
Yeah.
and so that she would
Palpatine.
actually like help him and revive him.
Do it.
But it's weird because once again, prophecy or manipulation, either way, it's coming true.
This is like Star Wars, like the prophecy, the
Of the
of the
one,
Jedi,
Or
of
the
the
Matrix,
Jedi,
or
of
even the
Anakin,
Matrix
you
too.
know. Yeah, it's the Matrix. They all ripped off Dune.
in a weird way.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, so he wakes up and now he's like on a
And then you got
mission.
Christopher Walken, the Emperor. I mean,
He's
it's a ripoff. No.
I like it when Christopher Walken goes, "Wow, his eyes are blue."
Come over here, my young man.
Yeah.
Johnny. Zendaya, where's Spider-Man?
Yeah.
Right.
That was one of those, with all the good acting in both films, and they brought in some great people.
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, even the character actors were great. And then,
Yeah.
and I'm looking through everything, and I'm like, oh, okay, this person, wow, yeah, the cast is looking good, And then they're like, Christopher Walken is the Emperor, and I'm just like,
You're like, what?
oh,
That's
Yeah, it's like
about
Screech.
that, yeah. It's like, well, we need more cowbell to summon the wolves.
Hey, Paul, I need more cowbell.
Like,
I need
Paul.
more warm bell.
I need more warm bell. I was just like, oh
I
God,
haven't-
please no, don't Christopher Walken the part. And
I
he
haven't
did.
killed anybody
He did.
since
He did a
1984.
good job.
Yeah, he did.
He kept it
What's the look?
reserved.
Because he didn't have very many lines. It was just his look.
Well, you know what? He was channeling as Kings of New York,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, big time.
vibe, which
Something.
I had forgotten about.
Yeah, yeah,
You
exactly.
forget that this guy can act.
Oh, yeah, he
sometimes
can.
because he became kind of a parody of himself.
He used to be able to give these. He can give these looks that stop
Especially
you.
like in the Dead Zone
Mhm.
too.
Dead Zone.
Yeah, yeah.
Another good one.
But one thing we forgot is when Faid Rotha killed that girl that was best friends with Chani, the one that's the good looking
Oh
one.
yeah.
Yeah.
That was nasty, dude. Because
Yeah.
it didn't really show it, but when he approaches her and she knows he's gonna fucking kill her,
Oh yeah.
I mean, he's just looking at, and you're just like, oh shit, because he's so damn psychotic,
Well, because he was just like, well, you killed 9 of my men,
Yeah,
and she's just sitting there and she's all beat to hell,
yeah. She's hot.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it.
And she got hotter because
Yeah.
he hit her with a flamethrower.
Yeah, he did.
So-
He took that from Once
Hey,
Upon a
who's your
Time in
hot friend?
Hollywood.
Do you, darling? Do you like bacon?
Something
But yeah,
smells
so
like
it was,
bacon.
Johnny's friend, but I don't think she ever knows. She never finds out. But
Yeah, she didn't seem like she was all tore up about it.
Well,
she's got.
she didn't know who did it. But,
Oh,
but yeah, the Christopher Walken scene, because his daughter becomes part of the story, and she's
Yeah.
actually kind of talking to
That
the head
shit.
of the Benny Jesuits, and
Yeah.
she's just like, okay, look, your father is pretty much done here.
That's
she's
that
just
girl
like, what
was.
the-
You know who that girl is? That's
Mhm.
Florence Pugh, the woman that played in Oppenheimer, and
Yeah.
she was the wrestling in the wrestling movie.
Well, and this is the thing. Also, when Paul wakes up from his slumber, like Sleeping Beauty,
Yeah.
when he wakes up, he's a changed person.
That's what I was saying. Yeah, he's like,
he starts going crazy. Like he's like telling them, "I am the one." You blah blah blah, and he just starts going You know, and Chani's looking
It
at
was
him.
good. He needed
Yeah,
to do
well,
it.
Chani's looking at him like, whoa. But the part that got me is when he says he's going to take Christopher's walking daughter
Over
hand,
Zendaya.
and Zendaya was the look
Yeah.
on her first. She's like, bitch, really?
That wasn't until the very, very end.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But when he first jumps up, well, because he goes through that whole ritual with the worm juice,
Oh,
and
this is after.
then he
Yeah,
goes to the big meeting, like with all the different
and that's
leaders
where they
of
have
the
the fight. They
tribes.
have the fight too, right?
No,
Oh
no,
no.
because Stilgar is like, okay, well,
Dang
you
it.
can't speak unless you're a leader. I'm the leader, so kill me, and then you can do it. And he's just like, no, I'm not doing that.
Yeah,
And he's like, he gets there, and instead of being the person that's listening, now he's the person
that's
that's
talking,
telling.
and yeah, he's telling them this is
Yeah.
what's going to happen.
And he's like, I am, Usul and Paul Atreides, Musul, Muad'Dib, and I point the way. And he's just
Yeah.
like, I ain't messing with any. And he goes, and there's none of you that can take me down. And they're all drawing their knives.
I ride bigger worms than any of you.
That's right. That's right. My
Yes.
worm is bigger
Am
than
I-
all of your worms.
I see my worm.
Oh my god.
That's right. I got the biggest worm.
I got the
in this
biggest
room.
worm in the morning.
Yeah.
Just ask Jazani here.
And
Johnny.
that's actually what cracked me up too, because Johnny's getting pissed.
Yeah.
He's talking, and she's just
She
like,
don't. She doesn't like
she
this
doesn't like
cocky sucker. Yeah.
And but then
She's got to understand
he's
them.
dragging her down and forcing her to kneel
Yeah.
because he's like pulling her down.
She's like, what?
He's like, shut up and sit down.
Yeah. Yeah. The look on her
Josh
face.
Brolin's character was hilarious.
Yeah.
She looked like she was pouting. She was so angry.
Yeah.
But she had to know, like, that he turned into this. I mean,
well, he kept telling her, he kept warning her
yeah.
that this was going to happen.
Who did Paul?
Yeah.
I thought he told her, but I thought he said that he would always be loyal to her or something like
Well,
that.
yeah, he is.
But then he takes Christopher Walken's daughter, says, "I'm taking her hand."
And what did he tell her before he did that?
That he would always be loyal to her.
That he was always going to love her.
Always going. Well, that doesn't mean anything when you're taking. He basically was sleeping around with Zendaya out in the desert for all those times, and then he dumped her for the white bitch.
Well,
I mean, what?
Now, my wife, being my wife, was not very happy with the fact
that he did that.
That happened.
Oh, I bet she lost her shit.
She was almost losing her shit until she realized that Paul and her actually get together. They have a kid.
Do what?
They wind up back together again.
Who? Zendaya?
Yeah, Chani and.
Why are you telling us this? This isn't even part of the fucking.
Because
giving us a sneak peek.
Yeah,
I don't need a sneak peek. I want to wait till I see it.
It's like Princess Bride. It's like, hey, you look a little scared there. You look like
I don't want you. I don't want you.
It's a kissing book.
I don't want you to run the fucking movie for me.
They had cesses, so I mean,
but
there's no damn Trojans or Magnums
run
at
the
the
movie
corner
for me.
store.
Now. I don't need to go see it.
I don't think that the whole thing hinges on it.
Yeah.
I mean, what the hell?
I had to tell her that so that she'd be like, "Oh, okay then." Because
I wouldn't have told her that.
Betrayal.
I'd have let her go crazy. That's what I would have done.
Like I said, one of these days we'll start a YouTube channel of just my wife getting pissed off about the movie.
Hey, that's the shorts we can do. The shorts on there.
What's in the box? We'll flip out.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's another story.
Coming soon.
But
he dropped her like a hot potato.
And that was the part that I wasn't sure if Timothy Chalamet could pull off. I didn't think he could be that person, that commanding.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it was great because the one guy that wants to challenge him, and he just sits there and basically just reads his mind and tells him about his mother and how she just died. 9 moons passed, and how she had one eye because a rock hit her, and that guy's just like, holy crap, this guy's the one.
Yeah.
This guy is not just some loudmouth.
Zendaya was pissed.
Well, she had to know that why he was doing what he was doing. I mean,
no, she was. He just basically dumped her.
Well, that's
and threw her back out.
You're taking the big Muad'Dib scene, and you're tying it into the end of the movie because he basically has to take these millions of people and come back and take the city
Yeah.
Right.
and take out the emperor. And of course, basically they send a message to the emperor saying, you know, hey,
Paul wants to talk.
yeah. Well, it's like, hey, Muad'Dib is gonna, you know,
Comes by,
yeah, it's
say
time for
hi.
you to, you know. But yeah, so they basically get a hold of the emperor, so the emperor has to come and take care of it himself, and he brings all the Shadowcar, and of course, what did Josh Brolin happen to, show him with that little signet ring? The family nukes,
Oh,
Oh,
yeah, the
yeah.
family nukes. Yeah.
which
Nice.
is the big game changer.
Right.
That's the big one.
When you got that many nukes behind you, and people start to listen a little bit.
Well, you got all the Shadowcar, you got all the soldiers out there, and then all of a sudden you see those three missiles just go
Yeah.
overhead and just boom, and rock and dirt. I mean, the special effects are amazing.
Oh,
Yeah.
With
yeah.
the concussion and the
Can you imagine seeing
shockwave.
that on a big screen?
Oh,
Yeah.
my
and
gosh.
it just wipes out so much of that army.
Mm-hmm.
And then boom, here they come. Here come the Fremen, and it's they think there's 50,000 of them. There's a million of them pouring in,
Right.
and they just don't even have a chance.
Right.
I mean, they're just taking them down left and right. It's great. And then um, Gurney, yeah, tracks down Dave Bautista's character, in the fight because he's trying to run away, and
Yeah.
he calls him out. You know,
Yeah,
he
Josh.
takes him
Yeah,
down.
Josh Brolin takes him down big
gets
time.
revenge for his lord.
For his dad. Was it his father? No, no, for his lord. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
You said this is for the Duke.
Yeah, this is for my Duke.
My Duke. Yeah.
Wow.
Takes him down. Yeah,
Yeah, Josh Brolin's bad, man.
Oh,
He's
he's a
awesome in
He's a
that.
badass dude.
But he gets revenge for the Atreides. He gets that.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, you're the guy that did this to us. I'm taking you down. Which is just amazing.
Oh,
And then, and then Paul comes in and he's just like, yeah, kill the Shadowkai and take the take the prisoners and put them in the such and such room, and then it's just the wait for the other representatives for all the other houses to show up so he can make that ultimatum and basically tell the emperor, all right, I'll take your daughter.
Yeah.
I'll take your daughter and you got paid.
You just don't do that to my girl. Zendaya. You don't do it to my Chani.
Well, I mean, she can get on eHarmony and stuff like that.
I don't want to hear that.
Wait a minute. She's got Peter Pan. I mean, Spider-Man.
Peter Pan.
Yes.
She's got
Peter Pan.
peanut butter.
Nutter butter.
She can just sit there with a spoon eating peanut butter, thinking about life.
It works for me.
You can't ride that worm like Paul.
Oh, stop it. PG-13.
I said
Really one.
Yeah, but it's a very sad moment, and
It really is.
Yes,
I mean, it's gut wrenching to like. Oh,
you could just see the pain on her face.
Oh, man.
And then at the same time, you see her go. It makes sense, and then it goes right back to pain. It's like she had such a good range of emotion.
she really did
during those scenes,
Mm-hmm.
and the whole time, because eventually, Faye Rafa, Fel Rafa is like the Emperor's champion, so
Yeah.
he's got to fight him.
He's gotta
That's that
fight
big
Paul.
duel. But that whole time, Paul can't keep his eyes off of Chani,
Right.
to the point where Faye Rafa is just like, dude, are you snap out of it,
Yeah.
man. We're fighting here. What are you staring? You staring at her? Do I
Yeah.
need to pay special attention to her later? Okay.
Yeah, that pissed him off.
And the banter was good.
It's such a great
I like
fight.
a fight scene with good banter. It's a
It's
lost
like
art
you said
in
from
filmmaking.
like the Princess Bride during that sword fight.
Yeah.
Brilliantly
back and forth.
executed, and then banter was awesome.
Yeah.
Not like some crappy like I'm gonna kill you.
Yeah.
Try with all your might.
But the oh, God.
Or
that is so bad.
I was trying to.
But that it was a great fight scene. Great fight scene again. But Johnny just basically just leaves. It's like She's
I
just like,
mean, yeah.
What else can you?
But I thought he was jacking him up when he was stabbing
Yeah.
Austin Butler. I thought, oh shit.
I know. I thought he died.
Yeah,
At first, I thought he got him. Like, is this in the book?
Well, I thought, well, it deserved it after death of my girl. Dead, you know.
Yeah, he gets messed up pretty bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's
Then he takes out old
the
Austin Butler.
the worm. He used the worm sword, right? The worm tooth sword.
I can't remember.
I think that's what he killed him with, if I remember correctly.
I am not sure. I think
Which is kind of, I kind of like that character though, because he was such an asshole. That bald headed stooge.
Dude, yeah.
Is it
I
because
wish we
you're-
saw more of him.
Is it because you're a balding asshole?
Am I balding?
Hey, I'm ahead of you. So,
But
I'm already there.
but no, it's he's a great character.
but
Um,
we're also not talking about what he did about one of the big surprises in this is, but Paul finds out who he actually is.
yeah, his mom didn't even know.
And the mom didn't know.
Yeah,
You know,
Good point.
How did they find that out? I can't remember. Was it the old bitch, the one with the eyes? She knew. No.
Well, why don't you say what they found out? Who he
Well,
was?
that they're actually what's that old Stellan Skargar is their grandfather.
Yeah, the Baron, the Harkonnen.
Yeah, they're actually Harkonnens.
Yeah, is actually her father.
It's her father, so that makes them, because Paul takes care of him eventually.
Yeah,
and says,
calls him grandfather.
"Hello, grandfather," as he kills the son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Which is really cool because all that guy ever wanted was to be emperor.
Yeah.
And so even though Paul comes in and like cuts his little flotation devices, he's still crawling for that throne.
Yeah.
And, like no one's looking, and he's just crawling to it like it's the prize.
Yeah.
It's really
Tragic,
a weird neurotic kind of thing to be doing.
Very.
But
gothic.
yeah, so it's when. I believe it's when his mom winds up drinking the poison, and she becomes kind of more attuned to everything because his sister is telekinetically speaking with him.
Mm-hmm.
Even though she's still in the womb, and she's just like, "Hey, this is gonna hurt you when you find out."
Right.
And it wasn't until he actually drank the stuff that he was able to perceive what was going on.
Yeah.
And part of that also was that when he drank that liquid, and his mind really fully becomes awakened, then he's just like, okay, yeah, there's all these different paths, and I can see how each one's going to end. But if you do this one thing, this is going to work. So this is what we're going to do. So his dreams are no longer ambling or wrong or coming to him in spurts. It's like he can just see the path forward at this point, which means he's definitely kind of the one, and that's how he's kind of focused in. So he knows what he has to do, but it's just
so cool, man.
He's just got to sacrifice his relationship to do it.
Yeah.
And then go kill 10 billion people.
Yeah.
Because all the great houses are basically like, no, we don't recognize you as emperor, And he's like, okay, then.
Yeah.
But he already knew.
Yeah.
Because he knew he was going to lead a holy war that was going to kill billions of people.
I think he turns back around at him and goes, "Are you sure?"
Yeah.
It'd been cool if he would have just threw Christopher Walken up in the air or something.
I'll do a Vader and Rogue One.
Yeah.
Or Gandalf and
Yeah.
Sauron kind of a thing.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah, it was a good. I liked it. I liked the second part. I thought it was very, very well done.
Should have been Best Picture, man.
It really could have been. I do like the fact it makes me happy that the film got made.
Oh yeah.
It would have been a tragedy had they not made that second part. Especially with the first part being it's literally a whole build up.
I understand that.
It's the lead in. And
so
that's a hard thing to release as a movie when there's not a lot of action.
So you thought that so you really thought that they wouldn't make a second part of it?
Oh, it
No,
was. Yeah, there was a good chance that it wasn't
there was
because it didn't make too much of the.
well, it didn't have a theatrical release except for just like a few theaters, and
yeah,
it was a straight to streaming HBO
Mm.
production.
but it was like one of the highest
So
watched. Still even today, it's one of the highest watched
yeah,
And that's
movies.
because
but
of COVID.
that doesn't actually generate money like movies used to.
It-
So it's not like it made $1 billion.
right,
You know, it was
but they
basically
knew it gave them a at least the go ahead of like the second one's going to be 1,000 times better, folks.
You mean
yeah,
the
and it
oh
probably got more viewership because of it.
Oh yeah,
Because everyone's stuck in their homes and they're watching this, and so they're like, okay, look, we got enough eyes on film that we can justify doing
and
this.
I think that's why I went back and finished it because you told me that they are making a second one. So I was hoping to go see it in the theaters, but I didn't. First, I can't remember why, but so I was like, all right, I'll start it off again. And then you're right. It's very slow, very story building. You kind of don't know what the hell's going on until you have a friend named Shane that kind of helps explain it to you.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel bad because I feel like I've been talking too much.
No, no, no.
No,
I'm
no,
glad
no.
you. I
Last
mean,
couple of
because
films.
well, I mean, because even though I love them, I haven't watched them in probably been in about a year. I haven't seen either one of them. So I'm going off kind of since
Yeah,
Wait a minute,
memory of
you
it.
didn't brush up on this before the episode?
No,
What the hell? You?
well, I just wanted to kind of go in blind. I'm spitballing,
Oh,
kind
just
of,
okay.
you know.
but it's like those two movies have wound up in what I call kind of my rotation.
Oh yeah,
Like I'll throw in
it's like the
Lord of
Star
the
Wars,
Rings or something,
Raiders
or
of the
I'll
Lost Ark.
yeah, and I'll throw in sometimes some of the Star Wars movies for
Yeah,
the background. But there's certain movies that you've got your favorites that you always kind of go back and watch. Like for me, Dread, love
yeah,
Dread.
yeah.
So that one I'll always watch again. But like Dune, yeah, I may not be able to watch both of them in a day, but I'll watch them within 2 days of each other. Because it's just so good.
Yeah, it's like
Um,
be with you know.
Now let me
Okay.
ask you
Okay.
guys this.
he goes straight from Yentl right into moving script.
Let's not talk about that. But all right, let me ask you guys this: would you be against of maybe doing an episode of the 1983 version of Dune, or maybe you leave it up to the audience to see maybe if they would be interested and why people really dog on that movie, which I don't. I actually liked it.
Because it's David Lynch and he's weird.
Yes, that's why I
Yeah.
liked
I
it.
mean,
Well, I think they did like a Dune TV series, didn't
Yeah,
they?
with William
Like
Hurt,
not that long
oh my
ago.
and
God.
it did. Oh
Really?
man,
Yeah. And I
and
never watched that one. I have no idea how
it's
that
out on
works.
DVD. I mean, and that one's actually really good, and it got good ratings when it came out, probably because they saw William Hurt in it, and he's
Yeah.
awesome. So
That might be interesting. We might have to go back and do a couple of those if people like it. Yeah, I mean, if people are interested in Dune, then yeah, we can go back and maybe do a combo between that series
yeah, I'll
and the
definitely.
David Lynch because everybody seems to have a different spin on the movie and on the novels.
That's
Not
true.
with the novels. It's yeah.
So yeah, we can leave it up to the audience if
Yeah,
you
yeah.
guys
Let
want
us
to
know if that's something
comment
that you're interested in. If you're
comment
like,
down
oh, Dune
below.
sucks, don't ever
Yeah,
talk about this again. That could happen.
yeah.
But yeah, let us know.
Yeah, email us or comment below and stuff like that. Because I would really like to go back watch Dune, especially in 4K now. It's so beautiful. Um, we could sit around and watch it and then record an episode of it if you guys are interested in it.
and
yeah.
if you need to get a hold of us, you can get a hold of us at spitballcinema@gmail.com. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Yeah, please.
Hopefully, you'll check out this movie.
Yeah, man.
The
The
second
third
part.
one's coming out, and
Hey,
now,
great acting, great cinematography,
Yeah.
beautiful soundtrack.
and
It's all a win.
Yeah.
and like you
Visually.
said, they made a series that follows his mom, right?
I'm not sure.
I think it is.
I know it's about the Bene Gesserit, but I'm not sure.
Is
what the
she in it?
storyline
I
was.
think she is in it.
Rebecca Ferguson?
Yeah.
All right.
And
I'll have to check that out. That'd be interesting.
yeah, because I would like to watch it before the third one, and the third one is coming out this year. So
Yeah, that'll be exciting.
Oh yeah.
yeah, but yeah, please like and subscribe. Tell people that hey, we're good background noise,
Yeah.
but and maybe
Nothing if not background.
yeah. And maybe in the future, we'll do some more video episodes. But yeah, I've also kind of been talking about maybe shooting some shorts before, like either with us watching a movie, or even getting ready for an episode. I think that would kind of be cool.
Yeah, try to expand a little bit,
Yeah, and you
change things
guys,
up.
yeah, if you guys like it, forward it to a friend. Say, hey, these are guys I know. And
Yeah.
Yeah, spread the word. More
yeah,
the merrier.
Spread
yeah,
the word.
absolutely.
Hey, movies are there to be shared.
Absolutely.
That's
And
what it's
that's
all about.
another reason why we started all this. We just love talking about movies. And everybody who sits down and watches or listen to us talk about movies, every one of them said you guys should be should have a show about talking about movies.
Yeah. Well, it's just discovering. There's so much good cinema out there, and there's only so much time, and things get lost.
Well, like that episode we did for Yojimbo. I am so glad that you recommended that, because that's like one of my favorite all-time old movies. I mean, big time. So
It's a fun one. All right. Well, hey, I think we pretty much wrapped that one up.
yeah.
Thank you so much, everybody, for listening. Yeah, do all the things. Hit the like buttons. Comment down below. Let us know if you want some more Dune in your life, and we'll go from there.
It's
So,
Dune, not Doom.
yeah,
Okay.
Not the rock movie Doom.
Yeah,
The Huey Bowie movie. Oh god.
All right. Well, that's it for me. I'm Shane.
I'm Scott.
David,
All
All
right.
right. Thank you, folks.
love you guys.
Bye.
You young pup.
Do you believe in Paul?
There are signs. The prophet. Why is that a bad thing? Use it.
Because all my visions lead to horror.